Could Crypto.com be one of the most undervalued coins out there right now, ultimately surviving on the assets backed on their Crypto.com exchange? But could this be one of those opportunities that we cannot afford to miss? Well, we're going to take a look into exactly what's going on with Crow and what sets them apart and why they could be a huge potential. And when you look at Twitter, everybody seems to be buying it. So we're going to take a look at that in a bit of detail. But first, let's take a look at exactly where Crypto.com is as an exchange. Now, there's a couple of enhancements that has come on CoinMarketCap. For those of you that don't know, CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance. And we also got the Binance Relief Fund, $1 billion put in by Binance as supporting and trying to keep the ecosystem of cryptocurrency from getting wrecked, like we saw with FTX. Now, we can take a look at Crypto.com, the 15th highest ranked cryptocurrency, and more importantly, has its assets back. Now, this is actually going up right now. This was $2.5 billion. Actually has put nearly $200 million on it in less than a week. What does that tell you? Is people are buying and holding assets on exchanges. Now, I am not advocating that. That's not a good idea. Get yourself a ledger, get yourself a hardware wallet that disconnects and get your cryptocurrency on there. If it's not your crypto, not your keys, not your crypto, I keep getting that wrong. But ultimately, we've got to stay close to these. Now we have this information with us. We can see what people are doing. We can see what people are buying. So people ultimately are buying into the Crypto.com exchange. Why is this important, I hear you ask? Well, this is ultimately what the Crow coin supports. It is the native currency of Crypto.com and ultimately supports a lot of flagship introductions of tokens over there, projects that's coming live, and is, like I said, the ultimate cryptocurrency that is supported by Crypto.com. Now, again, this is good to see that we are seeing more coins coming on there, but Crow right now is super cheap. Now, if you've bought some Crow, then do me a favor, hit the like button on this video. I want to see all of you guys who are buying out there. I managed to pick myself up a little bag in the fives because I can't resist a bargain right now. Remember, none of this financial advice, but Crow coin currently trading 6 cents. I remember not long ago, this was 21 cents. Could even get to $1. Again, depends on what's happening with that exchange. Now, you can see a relative aggressive amount of volatility. We did see this big dump here as people started talking about how insolvent potentially Crypto.com has come. They weathered the storm, came out of the other side. We saw a nice relief rally. Yes, we've seen a little bit of a pullback, but could, like I said, be huge. Now, what are people talking about? Well, I thought this was a really good point here over on Bitcoinist.com. And it says Crypto.com created the utility token Kronos to facilitate payments inside its network and economic system. Why is that important? They can make it cheap. Investors may find Kronos on a few centralized exchanges, but it was not created as an asset. Kronos was not immune to the bear market that ravaged 2022. At the time of writing, Kronos draws a 6% drop overnight and is currently worth 6.68. The price levels a lot to be desired as more and more Kronos investors switch their focus to Flasco. Now, I'm not going to do a video on Flasco, the same as a number of things, but I think a lot of people switched ultimately because they were nervous about the exchange. We thought we were going to see an insolvency issue with that exchange, but we didn't see that, which is positive. Now, what of Crypto.com got this? This is not a sponsored video, by the way, but their biggest point being their Visa card. Now, backed by Visa, if you've ever tried to get something to be supported by Visa, it's not that easy, but they have a debit card that you can support by using Crow, again, their native token and currency that sits on the Crypto.com exchange. So you think about how accessible this is to a number of early investors into cryptocurrency, then actually Crow could be really undervalued. We have a Visa card, we have a platform that has a significant amount of backed assets. We have an easily accessible way of people using crypto in the real world. This is how you start mass adoption, by getting people to use it over in the real world. So definitely an interesting one to keep an eye on. Like I said, always keep an eye now on this backed assets. We're going to be able to see exactly what people are doing, but what do people predict? What's experts saying? Well, people talking about a $1 Crow coin could be absolutely insane. I think long time, we might even see something a bit big. It's all going to depend on the market, and it all is going to depend on exactly how the Crypto.com exchange performs. And ultimately, these assets, if this starts to increase, then we know people are building confidence back into Crypto.com, and ultimately, like I said, their native platform with that Crow coin could start being huge. Back in the bull run, you could use that to support brand new projects. HBAR was one of them that came on there, as well as you were getting some insane returns on it, and you could use those returns and put it through the credit card system. So the actual exchange, really solid exchange, terrible customer service, but the actual exchange really supportive. So we'll have to see what happens. But Kronos, a lot of people getting bullish on it. It weathered the storm from people trying to collapse the exchange. It's come out the other side and people are buying into this exchange. What do you think? Again, let me know in the comments down below. Did you pick any Crow up? What's your long-term plan with Crow? As ever, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave a like on this video if you are bullish on cryptocurrency. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.